guys, my name is Gigi. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time seeing my face, then welcome. If this is not, then you probably were subscribed to my channel way back when I used to make content. And now I'm back. I want to get back into it again and find my love for it again because I took a trip down memory lane. I started watching my old videos and I saw how inspired I was when I was a teenager making these videos, which was insane. And the fact that I felt confident enough to just post them is incredible and something that I needed to remind myself of because I was so carefree back then. And I feel like lately I've been wanting to create content, but I've let my perfectionism get the best of me. I feel like people in my generation will relate to this because we always just feel pressured to be perfect in everything that we do. At least I did. So this is my attempt at making a comeback and just generally being myself. I noticed that when I was making videos, I was falling into the trap of just trying to emulate what everyone else did, and I wasn't really being myself on camera. I was being really bubbly, and that's not to say that I'm not. I think I'm a pretty bubbly person when you get to know me. I do think I'm way more chill than what I presented myself to be. I feel like my energy was always up. I was watching a bunch of videos on the plane because I was coming back from a trip, and I noticed that I was doing like the Bethany mode at like everywhere, and that's just not me. It never has been me, but I know that it was popular back then. So as a teen, I was just trying to recreate what I saw, so I don't blame myself for it. You won't find those videos ever again. They are privated, but it is nice for me to personally look back on and see who I was back then and see which bits are still a part of me and what's grown. The last video that I did on this channel was supposed to be like my comeback era, but COVID happened. So I lost a lot of inspiration from that. I think I tried to once I realized that I would be spending a lot of time at home, but because I spent a lot of time at home, I didn't feel inspired to make anything new. I was also finishing college and focusing on graduating, which felt so far away, I think, with everything that happened. And I was just going through a lot. And then straight after college, I just started working, which I'm so blessed that I got to do something that I really loved. I got into social for a company and now I get to travel and it's so fun. And now I'm not doing social exclusively, but I'm kind of more on the production, creative side of things, which is so fun. And I love doing what I do. And if you follow me on Instagram or TikTok, you'll see that I get to travel a lot and it's a big part of my life. And I'm so blessed that that is the case because I think that if it weren't that way, it'd be a little hard for me to see the world as I'm seeing it now and learning about so many different cultures, which hopefully I can bring into my channel a little bit more. I think that now I'm at the stage in my life where I can share how I've grown and I can share everything that I'm learning and how not everything is perfect and how even though I'm 27, there's still a lot of my life that I'm figuring out. And I know it's really easy to panic about those things, especially when you see all of these different timelines that people are living on, but it's not really realistic to put yourself next to someone who has had a completely different life than you. Because at the end of the day, you are the person who is in your shoes, and what someone else might have done by the age of 27 is not going to look the same for you. And that's just okay. And I think as long as you're working towards something, you're going to be just fine. All of that to say, this era of my channel is going to be still beauty focused. I realized that I really loved and missed that part of content creation. Most of what I've been doing have been like trip recaps and not necessarily makeup videos, but just kind of lifestyle-ish content. And that is because that's a lot of what I've been consuming and what I love to watch. And I realized that it's not necessarily what I want to create all the time. And what I really thrived at and loved creating was beauty content. So I'm going to start bringing that back with some lifestyle included. I also miss doing deep dives. I know that some of my most watched videos are like my Amanda Bynes and my Michael Jackson videos, which love, and I think I can revisit those. But at the end of the day, I just kind of missed talking to the camera and talking to you guys. I think for a while we got into the cycle of just kind of focusing on short form content, which I think is so fun and I think it has its place. But I do see that YouTube is kind of having its own renaissance moment where it's coming back, and I think people are appreciating long form a little bit more. I am seeing more talking videos on my YouTube algorithm, which I'm so excited about. I think that that is kind of the content that I really love to make. And of course, I want to do vlogging. I think that with all the trips that I have going on and the life events that I have, I think those are really good opportunities to show you guys what's going on in my life. But I don't want it to just be a vlog channel because at the end of the day, I'm not a natural vlogger. I've tried to create vlogs in this past kind of year. And while I love to yap, I've realized that that is what most of my vlogs consisted of. So if those are the kinds of videos that you guys like, I can start making more of those, like more weekends in my life, things like that. So I can give those a test and see how my audience reacts to those and see if that, gives me any growth, because at the end of the day, I do want to see my channel grow, and I think that is the goal for a lot of creators. So, yeah, I want to create content that people can relate to. I think that that is a big goal of mine, as well as content that inspires. I think that as young women, we need people that are living real lives and not just kind of living the influencer lifestyle. And that's not to say that there's anything wrong with it, but you need a balance of both, where you're seeing that romanticized content that always looks perfect, but you also have people that you can look at who are going through real life the way that you are, and hopefully I could be that for someone. I know I've been chatting for a while, but I just kind of want to give you guys a little glimpse as to where I've been lately. So, like I said, my job is in the creative field and I travel a lot. So, I have been learning about the creative process and the logistics that go on behind it. And now I really get the full picture of high end production. And I think that with that, I can kind of fuse that into my own content and really make it shine. And I think that I have a lot of fun doing that. It inspired me creatively again. And because it's my job now, I don't necessarily want to bring that into my channel fully, but I do think that it has opened up my mind a little bit more to do this as a hobby and as something that makes me happy, because I feel like lately I haven't had that like third space, which has been hard for me, not gonna lie. And obviously, this isn't like a physical third space, but for me, it's so important to have like a mental third space that I can go to. So I'm not just scrolling on TikTok for hours and hours and hours, because that is such a trap. And I've fallen victim of that many, many times. So yeah, hopefully I can bring you guys along my travels and with big events that have happened in my life. I just took a trip to Mexico to celebrate my best friend's wedding, and that was super fun. I captured a little bit of it, but not enough to make a full vlog out of it. I also just came back from Boston from a work trip, and I captured a lot of what we did on the outside, but again, I kind of want to keep my professional life private because that's just important to me. So I'm kind of figuring out the balance of how to do that when I have really short trips and I don't really have much time to speak to the camera and it's all just kind of visuals. And then I'm also trying to create short form content while getting long form. So I'm shooting in different ratios, but I'm with other people, so I don't really want to like delay them if we have plans. So there's a lot of moving parts to it, and I'm just trying to figure out the balance. So hopefully you guys are a little patient with me on those kinds of videos, but in the meantime, I think that starting with beauty and lifestyle is going to be my jam. Now, with all of that being said, I am excited to start creating weekly videos. So that is what you can expect from me. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like this video, and comment. That really does help the algorithm push out my video. And because I haven't posted in so long, I want to do everything that I can to help my videos be seen, because at the end of the day, that is the goal. In this era of my content, I think what my focus is going to be is on consistency and not perfection. So I'm going to try to keep myself accountable, keep posting, and hopefully you guys will love that. I want to hear what you guys want to see me make. So leave a comment down below on any videos that you want me to create, whether it's makeup routines, because you guys know that I love doing those, or any other videos that you're watching nowadays. I would love to hear any suggestions from your end. And also make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date and turn on your post notifications so you know when I post my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you made it this way through, I'm so grateful that you're here, whether you're new or someone who's watched me in the past. I am looking forward to continue connecting, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.